Ladies and gentlemen, the School of Education Studies, University of Science Malaysia, proudly presents to you Epronounce. Our slogan, enabling correct pronunciation across cultures. Epronounce is a multimedia pronunciation learning management system. Now, this project is headed by Professor Fong, Fook, and a group of faculty members from the School of Education Studies, University of Science Malaysia, located in the state of Penang in West Malaysia. Moving on. Some interesting, innovative Epronounce features. Epronounce is the first ever Malaysian project designed and developed systematically to help correct pronunciation using phonetic symbols. There are bold integration of research-based findings in the design of Epronounce. The design and development were governed and regulated by 4 theoretical frameworks and the ISD model, or the Instructional System Design Model. Innovative instructional design for instant real-time recording and playback features are available in Epronounce, and innovative pedagogical instructional design for submission of real-time recording for evaluation. Background and problem statement of our study. We found that pronunciation difficulties in the context of non-native English-speaking environment are affected by the following problems. Our students come from different cultural backgrounds with their own native languages. And there's a tendency to use the intonation and phonological processes from their mother tongue. And in the formal classroom condition, learners are reluctant to practice their pronunciation, as a mistakes made may cause them to feel embarrassed and intimidated. More problem statement. There is high student-teacher ratio, hence minimal one-to-one guidance between teacher and student. Students don't have adequate time to practice pronunciation in formal class condition. And there is a limited human patience of teachers in repeating the pronunciation to slow learners. Moreover, learners do not develop pronunciation competence naturally over time. For example, let us examine these 2 words, chaw and coral. Now, according to Connor, letters are written but sounds are spoken. Hence, we cannot solely rely on written words to pronounce English words. For example, CH for the word chaw is pronounced as ch, but the same letter CH for the word coral is pronounced as k. According to the International Phonetic Association, phonetic symbols are one unique symbol for one discrete sound, and the symbol is used consistently for all languages. We found that students are aware of the existence of phonetic symbols, but they are unclear of how to use it effectively. For example, in traditional dictionary, we find phonetic symbols behind every word. Behind many digital devices and online dictionaries, we find that phonetic symbols are used consistently, but students are not using it effectively. The theoretical framework for Epronounce are as listed. Number 1, Chomsky's theory on language development in children. Number 2, the Bedley-Steele model. Number 3, the cognitive theory of multimedia learning by Mayer. Number 4, cognitive load theory by Schweller. The instructional design used in presenting the contents, the text, the graphics, the animation, the narrators, even the type of colors used, etc. in Epronounce are regulated by this theoretical framework. The design and development of Epronounce is governed by the LSC and Trolib Instructional System Design Model, the IC model. Right from paperwork until the final product of Epronounce available at Epronounce .usm.my goes through all these stages. There are three phases: the planning phase, the design phase, and the development phase. And in every of these phases, it is being regulated by standards, by quality project management, as well as formative ongoing evaluation. For example, under planning, we define the scopes, we identify the learner characteristics, and we establish the contents, and so on. As an illustration, for example, in defining the scope, we limit ourselves to the 44 phonetic symbols that are at the segmental level, the basic level. In terms of identifying learner characteristics, we make use of the 8 to 12 years old students as population and samples in our project. And at this age, they are still very receptive to learning. And in establishing the constraints, for example, for each phoneme, we categorize them as syllable word position, either as the syllable initial, as word initial, or the syllable initial within the word, or they are classified under the syllable final as within the word or at the end of the word. As for vowels, as well as for the diphthong, the phonemes are classified under closed or open category. We make use of a maximum of 2 syllable words for this project of Epronounce, and the primary stress is on the first syllable, and they comply with the Malaysian Primary 5 and 6 syllabus. Next is the design phase, where we develop initial content ideas, we conduct task and concept analysis, we did a preliminary program description, then we prepare a prototype, and we also created flowcharts, storyboards, and prepare the scripts. For example, the initial content ideas, we limit ourselves to the 44 phonetic symbols at the segmental level. And in terms of sample words for consonants, we have 384. For vowels and diphthongs, 160 words. For minimal pairs, 880, and so on. So the total number of words for Epronounce, 1,578, that can be increased in the near future. The flowchart of learning steps in the Epronounce is shown right from pre-test, and they can flow along until the end post-test. And if they are successful in going through the module, then they will be awarded with a certificate. As we zoom in, for example, the learner come in, they can take the pre-test, and as you can see, they can do recording, then they can play back to listen to their own pronunciation, and if they are satisfied, they can also submit it for evaluation purposes. Next is the overview of 44 sounds of phonetic symbols, where they can click and the sound would appear for them. Sounds of consonants with associative animation, sample word pronunciation with the narrator, and there are minimal pairs activities, enhancement quizzes, and if they do not pass, then they will have to repeat. If they pass, then they continue to the vowels, the diphthongs, to the revisions, and finally, if they complete the whole module successfully, then they'll be awarded the certificate. In terms of development, we initially prepared the text, then we rewrite the program code, we created the graphic, we produced the audio and the video separately, then later on we assembled the pieces together, then we did an alpha test, we make further revision, and going through the cycle until we come up with this valid and reliable Epronounce. So Epronounce is actually a database management system with customized interface, and the programming language that we make use of is jQuery, where there's a JavaScript library that simplifies the HTML document transversing, the event handling, the animating, and the AJAX interaction for rapid web development.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the first part of introduction to Epronounce. And should there be any clarification, any queries, any question, please feel free to contact me. My name once again is Professor Fong. I'm the project leader, and my mobile phone and my email is available. Please contact me for any clarification. Thank you so much for your patience, for listening.